Hi guys, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in this whole live stream we're going to look into the full moon in Pisces, which is happening in a couple of days from today. Actually, it's happening on the 20th of September. So at least, because I'm not an astrologer, or at least according to Tarot, and I'm not going to dive very deep into it, it will be quite of an emotional period of time. Just long story short, if we are to find something concrete and something to hold on to, whether that be a love or whether that be a job or whatever, something meaningful to us, or getting into the right track, that is, this is the period where that is to take place, because the full moon in Pisces, or the moon in Pisces in general, it is when the High Priestess meets the moon card, and moon stands for Pisces. The moon card stands for Pisces. The High Priestess stands for the moon. It's a bit confusing, yeah, but that is how it stands in Tarot. And that is when you do intuitively, so to speak, when a person intuitively gets on track with their lives. So we can expect something, even though maybe vague at that stage of our life happens, it will be the right thing to happen, or so to speak, all that is to happen throughout this period of time was the right thing to happen to us. And now I want to backtrack a little bit from my previous life, where I read for Scorpio. I have a little bit of a news there. And probably if you have followed me in my previous life, I said for Scorpio, and I gave myself personally as an example, that there will be a healing happening. And you guys who are following the channel know that from a month and a week probably, I have a really ringing sound in my ears. A couple of days ago, Thursday to be exact, the reason had been found. And I still have a whistling in my ears, but it's not as nearly as bad as it was. And for those who care, it was a wisdom tooth, pretty bad shape, and it was a hidden infection, so to speak. Hello, Cinnamon Kiss. Glad that you were able to join the stream. And so, yeah, that's at least that general prediction came true. I hope that these general prediction come true to your situations as well. And with all that being said, let me guys explain you how the live stream is going to take place. But before that, just I want to let you know that the queues now are open for the flash sales. What I mean is that there is a flash sale for the Le Grand Tableau, which is a Lenormand reading, and it shows you events that are to happen in your future, things that are, at least as far as the system believes, things that you can't avoid. They are going to happen no matter what. I personally tested that system upon myself, and it works. I can vouch for it. The system works. The other flash sale is October personalized general reading that focuses on career, finances, and as well love. So by purchasing it, you will know from my cards what to expect in terms of career, finances, and love throughout the month of January. For participating into the flash sale, just check the description down below, and you will find links for both of these services. And of course, if you do wish a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, and at the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services, their pricing as well. My website also can be found into the description of this video. And so the live stream itself is going to be broken into 4 sections. So the first 3 sections, pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to read in those sections for the star signs. Every section will have a 4-star sign, and after each section, I'm going to announce a break. And within this break, a free reading giveaway is going to take place, which is going to be public. And in order for you to participate into the free reading contest, all you got to do is input a question into the comments down below. A question that you want an answer to from my tarot cards. And the fourth section is going to be for anybody who supported the live stream and the channel as well through super chat. In the fourth section, you guys are going to get a reading regardless, those who participated into the super chat support. And so with that being said, let's move straight away to the readings. And the first, as always, is going to go for Aries. Yeah, Lisa, I don't know what very Neptune means, but hello, Robin. Hello, Charlie. Oh, Charlie, thank you so much. Why? That was the only reason you smiled. Was it not a good day for you? Well, actually, it was an infection that was going for a very long time. I suspected it was going for years. I'm not going to get into details into it, but basically, you couldn't see it. Only you just need to know where to look, or you needed to know that it was there, so you know where to make a screen, so you know what to see. What happened is that I had fries and just a chunk of my wisdom tooth fall just from biting a fry. I haven't even touched it, and beneath a big hole opened. And I don't need to tell you what happened when I went to the dentist. I thought that when they opened the tooth, I thought that they cut an artery. It erupted. I just erupted. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lisa. Hello, darling. All right, so straight away going for Aries, and the very first card. By the way, guys, that is going to be a five card spread. So the first card is describing what the transit is going to be all about. The second card stands for what is going to be the challenge or things that are going to work against us. The third card, that stands for intentions, meaning that what is the best way we can go through the transit or through these couple of weeks. The fourth card, which is my personal favorite in this spread, it is the lesson that we are to learn. The way that I like to look at it, it is why all this thing is happening. And the fifth card, it is the energies which are to support us throughout the transit. Hello, Debbie. Welcome to the stream. All right, so Aries, first one, that will be the Five of Swords, followed by the second card that stands for the Queen of Wands. Then the third card for you, Aries, that will be the Lovers. Moving next, we do have the Two of Wands. And the final card for Aries, we have the Temperance. So it will be very dynamic transit for Aries. It will be very dynamic lunar cycle for Aries. And I will start from the lesson here. And the lesson is about knowing your position. I will say that. Well, we do have the Two of Wands into the fourth position of the spread. And that is literally stating that in order for you to make growth, regardless if it is about career, regardless if it is about relationship, Aries, you gotta stand on your current accomplishments and try to improve your current accomplishment, while in the same time, by trying to improve your current accomplishments, you need to know how much you can demand for yourself, because demanding way too much actually is going to leave you empty-handed. So pretty much you do have a lesson to learn how far your limits and capabilities are stretching from now on, from pretty much from where you are right now to how far you can go. Or, in other words, how much you can get away with, depending on what kind of a situation you're in. And this is literally correlating very well with the Five of Swords, because many of you guys probably know that Five of Swords, it's very often interpreted as, you know, well, actually, I don't know how other readers interpreting the Five of Swords, but in the books, you can pretty much see it as a card saying that way too costly victory and so on and so forth. And that's kind of true, because the Five of Swords is where you are determined to win at all costs, and at the end it may happen to be a bitter victory. And in order for so that victory does not become a bitter victory, you just need to know how much you can handle and how far your limits are stretching, so you do not overestimate the situation, so you do not overestimate yourself. Okay, and that is literally what the transit is revolving around you. Now, however, Taco, I'm gonna get to that in a second, but you are so generous, man. Thank you so much. I'm gonna get into it in a second. Just let me finish here the reading. So that is pretty much described as well into the second card of the spread, which is the Queen of Wands, and this card breeds cockiness. I know a person that very well resembles this. I don't know if he is Aries. Okay, I never get to his star sign, but he very well resembles that. It's a person who, whenever you bring something to them as an argument or as a, as a situation, they always know better, right? It's just, it breeds cockiness. It's like you are the most capable and the most knowledgeable and the most attractive, and the most of everything. It's like the jack of all trades, but on steroids. And what that is going to bring you, Aries, if you do stick to this, it is a humiliation. So that's literally the worst thing that you are to experience throughout these couple of weeks here, a humiliation. And that humiliation is going to be provoked, or rather like caused, by your own, how do you call it, by your own uncalculated actions, going ahead of yourself. So instead of doing that, the energies which are going to support you here, the energies of the Temperance card, these are the energies of always finding the way to tackle with stuff. These energies are going to help you of tackle with stuff, or dealing with people, dealing with enterprises, dealing with situations without going into none of the extremes, without being either over aggressive or over performing, nor being indifferent and way too passive. And wherever those energies are dragging and pulling you towards, that is pretty much what you got to do. So intentionally wise, the Lovers is self-explanatory here. Intentionally wise, guys, you just have to go toward the love itself. It's as simple as that. You will have so many choices to make throughout this transit, and whichever you face a challenge to make a choice, make the choice that you love the most. So, because the reason having the Lovers there is so whenever you make a decision about how you are to continue on forward, how you are to address situation into your career, situation into your relationship, that choice needs to make sense to you. Whenever you make it, you have to be, regardless if it is a good or a bad choice, for others or for the situation itself, you gotta feel like you are harmonious with it. So that's literally how the transit is gonna go for you. The plus side, it is that you can accomplish literally anything. The negative side of it, it is that you may go far beyond what you are supposed to, and you may be humiliated for it. So Taco, thank you so much for your $44.44. Super chat support. Thank you so much, Taco. Let me make sure you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, where I'm going to perform you a personalized reading. Just give me a second here. And Debbie, thank you so much for your $4.99. Thank you so much, Debbie. Support. Also, make sure you do stick around up until the end, and I'm gonna make you a personalized reading as well. And Malibu Ronin, thank you so much for your $4.99 US support super chat. Thank you, Malibu. Also, make sure you do stick around up until the end, and I'm gonna perform you a personalized reading as well. And I just wanna brag about something, guys. Silence. I have no longer the ring. Oh my god. I still have a whistle, but not a ring. And it's gonna take some time to kind of like wash itself away, so to speak. And I'm so happy. You don't know how happy I am. Literally today, for the first time since a month and a half, when I was walking by, going to my favorite coffee shop to have a coffee with my friends, I plugged my my earpods and I was listening music without hearing the buzz, and I was walking with a smile, and literally tears were a dropping of my eyes. Probably people around me that I was walking by, they thought that I'm crazy. I don't care. I mean, I felt alive. It was literally the best experience I had in I don't remember how long. It was something so mundane, something that we do take for granted. I would never take it for granted anymore. Nicole, thank you so much for your $5 US support. Thank you so much, Nicole. Make sure you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, and it is where I'm gonna perform you a personalized reading. Yeah. All right, so yeah, Cinnamon Kiss, don't worry. I mean, if you do want to take the course and you do want a payment plan, just contact with me through either an email, or if you do have my Facebook as well, you can contact with me, and a payment plan is going to be developed based on what kind of a payment capabilities you do have. But well, I was not supposed to announce it right now, but I will. It's not 100% certain, okay? So take it with a grain of salt. But there is an idea, another live course to be set off at the start of the next year. Because right now I do have a live course here in Bulgaria. I just can't mix both, but it's just an idea. So I will let you know, guys, whenever it's certain that class is gonna go live. Ada, thank you so much for your $4.99 support. Thank you so much, Ada. Again, make sure you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, and I'm going to perform you a personalized reading as well. You just hold on a second. All right, so Taurus, a first one for you, that will be the star card, and it's a really great start. Moving next, we do have the Four of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Wands. And the fourth card is going to be the Four of Wands. And this is going to be an amazing transit for Taurus. Let me see the fifth one. Oh my God, we have the Magician. Oh man, all right, so Taurus, guys, well, this transit, if nothing else, is just, even if it is nothing else, it's going to relieve you from problems. And that is something that the star card signifies when it comes to the very first position. When it comes to a position in the spread where it says general topic, you know, or the situation right now, the very least that the star card is a sign of, it is that the problems are going to start falling apart. And from there, you know, a person or the subject of the reading, or in this case, you, Taurus, you are now start seeing how any ideals and any standards and any, how can I, even hopes and dreams, it can go that drastic, can now are manifestable. They are now executable. Now, how much time is going to take to execute them? It's dependable on the personal situation, but now what I'm trying to say is that there are not overwhelming troubles that are stopping you of doing so. Particularly for Taurus, this transit, however, is going to make them step outside of their comfort zone. So that speaks that they will have to do something very different with their career or with their relationship. Say that you do have, Taurus, troubles finding a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and throughout this transit you are to be thrown in a new environment, new social circle, right? In generally a new surroundings with all of the new people, and it will be kind of awkward for you. It's outside of your comfort zone, it's outside of your social circle, but simultaneously that new environment, this stepping outside of your comfort zone, is bringing a new opportunities. And one of these opportunities is gonna prove itself to bring or to stand for everything you have expected. I don't want to say everything you have wanted, but everything you have expected. It fits with your criteria, it fits with your standards. It could count for career, it could count for relationship, or just for any kind of opportunity that you have hoped for. And the lesson that you need to learn here, or why this is happening for you, Taurus, is so you learn how to close the deal. It is that simple. So you learn how to wrap up important cycles of developments, which is, by the way, something I need to learn as well. And I'm sorry that I'm giving myself, for example, but whenever things are going very, very well and they are just about to be settled, you know, and these very last distances are the hardest for me to traverse if I am capable to traverse them. And that is something that you will have to learn, Taurus, here. And the second part of the lesson, it is that having a keen attitude, so to speak, toward an important events, or not ignoring important events and important matters that are which are a structure of current important situations. The energies which are going to support you here, Taurus, as the Magician stands, these are energies, well, they differentiate. Should that transit be about career or about relationships? So I will try to be brief here. If it is about relationship, those energies states that you are to be very attractive to people that will accept you for who you truly are. You don't have to change even a bit. Career-wise, those energies are going to help you to negotiate very good deal, very good contract. These energies are going to help you build up sovereignty in your current place or into your new job as well. Become more unique than you are. Become more valuable asset than you are right now. And that's literally how Taurus stands. Lisa, thank you so much for your $9.99 US. Thank you so much, Lisa. Make sure you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, where I'm going to perform you a personalized reading. So yeah, that was about Taurus. You just guys have to be active. It's all that it is needed here. And how can I say, be open for the world instead of being closed behind doors in your own domain. Try to expand on your own domain. Right, so moving next, we do have Cancer. No, Cancer, Gemini, I'm sorry. We do have a Gemini next. All right, so first one for Gemini, that will be the Page of Swords, followed by the Star card. Moving next, what we do have, that will be the King of Cups. That's quite of an interesting one. Afterwards, we do have, I'm so looking forward to Two of Pentacles. Okay, I was looking forward for that card. So we do have Two of Pentacles, and now I know what this reading means. And at the end, we do have the Three of Swords. Those 5 cards. Those 5 cards. And just give me a second, guys, to take off my switcher. All right. So, Gemini, you are to be addressed with some kind of a proposition, some kind of an offer. Now, the pros and the cons of this offer. Well, the pros are that this offer is going to be very unique. I don't know if you have expected it. I don't know if you have hoped for it, but it will happen to be either an unexpected help to you, or either is going to be an unexpected way to just literally further your goal, whatever goal you do have in mind. So it's kind of like if you do have a goal to become a very hard-working individual that is earning a lot of money and so on and so forth, well, you are to be addressed with some kind of an offer that will allow you to do so from a very unexpected place, right? Or like I said, it's going to be a very, very unique offer. Now, that are the pros. The cons, well, we do have the Star card into the second position, and that card brings one of the 2 cons or consequences. The first one, which is the more mildest one, it is that the whole thing is going to take a lot of time to develop, and that may be quite discouraging to you. The second one, the second way how that cons can develop is that there are going to be conditions and strings into it that you may not be very happy of. Say that job offers you making a lot of money, but you will have to work extra hours into it, which is something under normal circumstances you wouldn't sign for, but now the offer is really damn good, so maybe you will make an exception this time around, so may bring some kind of like strings that will call for a compromise from your side. And the lesson that you need to learn, it is with the Two of Pentacles here, that is to be adaptable in a sense of that if the offer or the opportunity is good, well, then it's worth its compromise. It is like the lesson stands for that when you are offered something that you are going to gain from, you also have to give something that the other person is going to gain from. And also it's a lesson where if you have lived by some kind of a code, if you have lived by some kind of a rules, you should stop and think about, is that code or are those rules now not outdated? And you have to kind of like change that code and those rules so you can take advantage of that newly came opportunity or a helping hand offer, and so on and so forth. And the energies which are gonna help you there, a little bit unrelated with the whole thing that I talked about by now. The energies of the Three of Swords are energies of a mental healing. Now that is these are the two distinctive cards in tarot about healing. The Three of Swords, when it comes in a helpful position like this one, the energies which are help you, usually speaks about a mental healing, like digesting and moving on from negative thoughts, like, I don't know, like a breakup or like being insulted and so on and so forth. It pretty much allows you to forgive, while the Four of Swords is about a physical healing, like body, sickness, illnesses, so on. So yeah, these energies are gonna help you mentally heal yourself. And that is very in tune with the offer that you are gonna get, because by now, if you have been blaming yourself that you are not worth enough, like you couldn't find a good job, you know, or literally you couldn't get a good suitor for yourself. It is always a weird people that you are ending up with, and you start thinking that there is something wrong with you. Now with that proposition, it will be a testament that actually there is nothing wrong with you. It was your luck, or it was a part of your journey, and that will help you to heal mentally, that you actually are improving and you are growing forward. So yeah, for you Gemini, this transit is going to be a transit of mental sobriety, so to speak, that doesn't matter how bad things go, depending on a personalized situation, right? There is always a way how the tables can turn, and you actually end up on the upper hand. Thank you, Susanna. Yeah, I saw it. I'm going to reply to you after the live stream or tomorrow. Oh, for the super chat reading. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me put you in then. So if it is a super chat, thank you so much for the super chat support, Susanna. Just hold on a second. Make sure you do stick around up until the end. This is where your reading is going to take place. You're welcome, guys. I'm glad you like them. Oh my God, it's so good. Silence. Cancer. First one, we do have the Three of Cups for Cancer, followed by the second one, which is the Nine of Swords. Moving next, we do have the Six of Pentacles. Furthermore, we do have the Hierophant. And the last one, that will be the Eight of Swords. So it's quite of a complex reading. The simplest thing that I can say here for you, Cancer, is that throughout these couple of weeks, you guys are gonna come up to realization that you are underselling yourself. It's simply either you're working for way less than you should, or you have been treated way worse than you should, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of like you are in a situation that is below your pay grade, so to speak. And I'm sorry if I am giving a, how can I say, inappropriate vocabulary here. So the whole transit for you revolves around that there are going to be results of your actions. Okay, so you do something at work, it gives results. You do something in terms of a love, it gives results. You know, you try to make your partner happy, and he or she becomes happy. You are being tasked with a project, and you accomplish results straight away. And as you go forward with it, you start asking the question, well, if I am producing results into my career, why do I not see any benefit from it? If I am making my beloved one happy, why does he or she doesn't make me happy, right? So why I don't see a reciprocal kind of like returnal? And that's a question that's each one of you are going to find their own answer into this transit here. Now, the energies of the Eight of Swords are exactly those energies that are going to make you understand that you are pretty much depriving yourself of an unfolding career-wise or relationship-wise, because you are in a situation, like I said, which is way below your pay grade. And the lesson that you will need to learn here through the Hierophant, it is that is a quite complex lesson, to be honest. And it is very different depending on what kind of a situation you're in. Right off the top of my head, it's a lesson that points if somebody is falling back from you, like cannot keep up with the pace, they just don't belong around you anymore. It just, they serve their purpose and it moved on. It just, the lesson it is that life is life. Things work in a certain way. You can't change that way, and you just have to make your peace with that and just move on from it. If it comes to specifically romance here, the lesson of the Hierophant, it is something I love repeating every time I have the chance of, because it's something I firmly believe into, and that is that you can love somebody as much as you like. You know, you can love them to the core of your bones. It's an expression in my country. It pretty much means that this is the thing you love the most in your life. You love it even more than you love yourself. If you can't trust that person, it matters not how much you love them. It is just, you can never have harmonious relationship with them. You just never, if you don't trust that person. Career-wise, it's something also that I love because it's something I believe in, and that is that your profession should be your diagnosis. It's pretty much, you should work your job not for the money, but for the job itself. Just that job is part of your life, and if you are not working something that you do like and that you are looking forward to wake up tomorrow and go to work and just, you know, and it's not even a work, but it is it's a pleasure, then why are you even working that thing that you hate? And you will have to kind of like try and find something you would love to work. In my country, we do have a parable saying that if you work what you love, you ain't gonna work a single day in your life, because work turns to pleasure. And that is something that you would, that is the lesson that you need to learn, Cancer, throughout this transit. And the only problem that we can see here, these are these 9 of Swords into the second position of the spread. These are the things which are going to hold you back, and that is the sense of responsibility and fear of what does your actions are going to cause, inflict to others, inflict to a situation. That is the typical fear, or of if you do say something that's your partner in marriage or in relationship ain't gonna like, they are gonna leave you. So it's the fear of it. So it's the fear of being left alone through inappropriate or kind of like an inconvenient confrontation or inconvenient actions to the other person, then it's of course fear of being fired because you stood for yourself, stating that you deserve more. And that is a fear that you, Cancer, need to overcome throughout this transit. Do I love my work? I do. Now, I will be brutally honest with you guys. The only thing I don't like, it is recording videos. Other than that, I do love my job. And I don't like recording videos, not because I don't like making those videos, but it is because I talk to myself. And that is something I don't like. Okay, it's just, it's awkward feeling. Other than that, I truly love my job. But Lisa, what I don't liked was the engineering part of my life. Many of you guys may not know, but I do have an engineering education. I was engineer for a 5.5 years in my life, and I didn't like it. I liked a certain part of it, but for the most part, no, I liked the part where I had to solve the problem. I was a mechanical engineer and I had to solve the problem. But as soon as I solved the problem, the rest, the drawing, the documentation, you know, and it was just a chore. So yeah, I would never come back to that. But I do love my job, yeah. All right, so this is for the first 4 star signs, guys. And now the first free reading contest is going to take place. Any one of you who wants a free reading from me, you can input your question into the comments down below. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do that. And after 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Oh, Cassandra. Oh my God. Well, in Bulgaria, and I don't want to brag about it as well, but it's the truth, I am one of the fortunate ones that is getting the best dental care available here in my country. You don't go to my dentist by booking an hour or by making an appointment, by booking. You go there through recommendations because he's one of the lead experts in a forensic forensic dental department or anything, or I don't know how it's called. Well, wherever there is a crime and there is something involved with teeth and mouth, this is the guy the police and the investigation goes to make an analysis and, for example, to identify cause of death, identification, and so on and so forth. Usually, you know, as a wisdom tooth, dentists, they tend to pull it out. It's some sort of an unwritten rule that wisdom tooth, you do not fix it, you do not heal it, you just pull it out. My dentist is gonna save it. This is how good the dentist is. That is gonna save a wisdom tooth through something called, I don't know what exactly is the procedure. It's not a root canal healing. It's called puncture. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it is, but it takes a lot of time to heal, but it's going to heal the tooth. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you so much. Yeah, I am. I am now. I wasn't in a few weeks beforehand, but now I am really well. I'm happy. Well, Cinnamon Kiss, Three of Swords, just long story short, take it that way. The Three of Swords is when you do have some really bad thoughts that you cannot get away from your head. Like no different than you broke up with somebody and they told you how bad you are with your behavior, say, or it literally they oppressed or kind of like exerted mental cruelty over you, right? Even if they were not right, you are a emotional person, and those words stuck into your mind. And every time someone approaches you with, say, a love interest, you start thinking the less of you because somebody else in your past told you that you are not good for that. It's literally, this is how the Three of Swords stands. That is one way. And the other way how the Three of Swords stands is about undeniable painful truth. And this is where people were interpreting it as a very often as a affair, okay, but they are interpreting it as an affair because they take it as a key word, which that's untrue. It could be interpreted as affair because affair, discovering an affair, it's a painful truth, not because the Three of Swords means affair. Okay, Three of Swords in relationship could mean very well that you learn through a text message or through something like this that your partner doesn't love you nearly as much as you thought they do. Okay, it could mean just as easily that. That's why tarot needs to connect to a situation, just like astrology needs to connect to your birth date. It's as simple as that. All right, let's pick a question. All right. So the question, Christy, my God, I'm gonna butcher that surname. Park. Is that French, Christy? Park. Christy Park, I'm gonna call you that. Which question is, will I ever end up having a happy relationship? So let's have a look, Christy. I don't, Lisa, I don't read reversals. I do use elemental dignities instead of reversals. Reversal is very tricky. There is no single meaning to the reversal. The thing with the reversal, it is that you can take it in a three-way. The reversal would represent the opposite of the upright, meaning that in this case, the Three of Swords is going to represent a very positive truth or a very positive thoughts that you are going to have instead of negative thoughts. The reversal could be the upright exaggerated, meaning negative thoughts that can bring you to a verge of a suicide, for example, or indomitable, overwhelming negative thoughts that are simply stifling your life. Or it could be the upright suppressed, which negative thoughts, but yeah, nothing a big deal, you know, you can easily brush them off. So that is the three ways how you do interpret reversals. And when you do read with reversals, it's like you need to have a serious conversation with the other person. You need to know the situation in very fine details so you can determine what exactly the reversal is, how exactly the reversal stands, what of these three states of the reversal stands for. All right, Christy, so for once, the Hermit, And we do have the Emperor. Those three cards. So we do have a active neutrals and active supporters. There is no easy answer to your question here, Christy. So if you are going forward the way you are right now, you eventually are gonna end up in relationship which is going to be, it may be happy, okay? It may be happy depending on what you are expecting or what your criteria for happiness is. The relationship that you're gonna end up in is going to be a relationship that is gonna take care of everything material in your life, in a sense of the, you know, family, in a sense of security, in a sense of structure, and so on and so forth. But the substantial type of relationship right now sits neutral to your standing, meaning that it is something which is not exactly within your consideration. And the only advice that I can give you right now, that the cards are giving you right now, is that if you do want to get closer to a substantial type of relationship, essential type of relationship, which is differently from something which you are aiming right now, is to withdraw from the whole idea. Just withdraw from the idea of being in a relationship for a while, okay? Just exclude it from your mind. I don't know how you're going to be able to do that, but that's the advice of the cards. Maybe through meditation, maybe through substituting, you know, the sense of unfulfillment from not being in a relationship with something else, like, I don't know, going out with friends and so on and so forth. And that way, by withdrawing yourself from the current idea, a new idea of substantial relationship is going to settle down, and you will know as well where to find it, also what kind of people that are going to produce such a relationship for you, you know, what kind of places, and so on and so forth. So ultimately, it is within your power to force a happy relationship, and relationships are something very tricky for tarot, because tarot does not concern itself with a person. What I mean is that for tarot, what's important is, are you going to be happy? You are going to be happy. How happy though? Well, that depends on you, all right? So if you are going to be happy, you are going to be happy, regardless whom with, where with, how, or how much as well. Those things depend on your choices and your actions. Here, to maximize your happiness, for now, you gotta withdraw from all it, from all that, okay? From all idea of being in a relationship for a while. You will know for how long, and then when you come back to it, you will have completely different approach, completely different perspective on it. Well, maybe not completely, but it will be quite different, which is going to be the substantial direction. Right, so give me a couple of minutes, guys, and after that we are moving to the next 4 star signs, which are going to be Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Oh, okay, Taco. I'm gonna do it at the end, but you can always rewatch the live stream. Can't do it now because I have to set up the cards for it. You can always rewatch the live stream, Taco. It will be at the end of it, as usual. Tomorrow, before you go for the road, you can turn on the live stream. It's gonna be there, and by having your coffee, you can watch your reading. Hello, Lori. I am feeling better. Yes, thank you so much. Not always, Cinnamon Kiss. Not always, because sometimes people have a way too big of a criteria, way too big of an expectations, and people need to be grounded. In fact, I think I do have way too big of a criteria and expectations, and I have to ground myself down. I don't know how, but obviously I have to. Yeah, it's always saved, Taco. It's always there. Well, that's the beauty of being in a relationship. I mean, I always thought, and I am still a firm believer into it, that if you are with somebody, you gotta feel free, okay? Because otherwise the relationship becomes a chore, isn't it? It becomes a responsibility, like a responsibility that is a heavy responsibility. I am a firm believer that when you are in a relationship with somebody, you still have to do your stuff that you love to do without being criticized or without being harped about, or without being constrained as well from the other person. Even if they don't like what you are doing, that shouldn't be a problem, and vice versa as well. Just to give you an example, I love playing video games. In fact, at the end of this month, a video game that I was waiting for about 20 years is coming around. Oh my God, I'm so prepared for it, okay? And say I had a girlfriend, which I don't, that shouldn't be a problem for her. But say that girlfriend loves to travel. I hate traveling, so she should not expect me traveling with her, as I'm not expecting her playing games with me. She can go travel with her friends, she can go travel by herself. I'm not going to allow that, because there are weirdos all around the world, right? But she can go travel with her friends, family, etc., etc. And everybody goes by their stuff that makes them happy, But the point is that at the end of the day, at the evenings, we have our supper, we have our time, we have a good time there, and just lives move on. Well, Shannon, I don't want to sound sexist here, but I don't know a woman that doesn't like traveling. It's just that would be a phenomenon, right? A woman that doesn't like traveling. Yeah. Well, Lisa, that's kind of like a no-brainer, because otherwise, if you don't have that criteria, none of the other criteria matters. I am happy alone too. Yeah, Debbie, that's true. All right, so Leo, a first one for Leo, that is going to be the Fool, followed by the second one here, which stands as the Strength card. Moving next, what we do have, that is going to be the Knight of Pentacles. And the next one, that is going to be the Temperance. And the last one for Leo, that will be the Hermit. So it's quite of a... Wow, man. We do have only one minor arcana here, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Everything else, these are a major arcana, which means that will be very important transit for Leo. It will be literally a pretty strong lunar cycle. And as we all can see with the Fool card at the very start of it, that means that Leo are to have a new beginning in their lives. New relationship, new job, something new is coming their way. And it is a new thing that is going to have a pretty long development. That could be seen as with the Fool card, such as the Knights of Pentacles and as well the Hermits. These two cards in their respective positions here, first they point that this new thing is going to have a very long-term plan, and second is going to speak about a new substantial direction that Leo are going to pretty much strive towards. So Leo, if you happen to end up in a relationship throughout the next couple of weeks, you need to know that that is going to be the relationship of your life. Same thing about a job. It's very, very strong. And the lesson that you need to learn through the temperance is just to respect it. It's as simple as that. It's just to know what you have, to show compassion, to show solidarity, despite the differences that this thing may bring to you. The difference is in the sense of that it may not be exactly, you know, correlating to your vision, and I mean exactly, which is going to happen to be a trouble at the start of the endeavor itself, just as the strength here stands for into the second position, where it stands for that you may not be exactly convinced that that should be something you need to take a part of, and that will be a huge mistake, because at the start of the, say, relationship or at the start of the endeavor, it will look like it's going to be way too much of a hassle to be worth it. And that will be a big mistake from your behalf, Leo. It's just, you will miss so much. You will miss on something so important. So whatever comes your life next couple of weeks, you should be open for anything new, at least to try it out. Don't throw everything you got into it, but at least give it the benefit of the doubt. Just how you're going to recognize this substantial either relationship, job, or a project, that substantial thing for you. Well, as the whole thing takes off, it will be very simple, very genuine, very not spontaneous. I think that the lack of better word here, I'm going to use the word innocent. Basically, there will be no hidden aspects of it. There will be no reason for you to be confused, to be baffled, to be suspicious. There ain't going to be any surreptitious intentions behind or something that is cooking behind the curtains, okay? That is how you're going to recognize it. And almost immediately, you're going to start grow to love it and to want it. It's just your sense of I want this is gonna grow by a second, and that is how you're gonna know that is your new beginning. So Leo, I think that I don't know the other star signs from now on to the end of the live stream, but I think that you will be the big winner here into this new moon in Pisces. And you are Amanda, and you are Leo, Amanda? Well, that's a great news then, because it seems that this new life, you are a Leo. This new life, it will be far better than before. Actually, this new life is going to be like a rebirth, if that's your situation, what you are mentioning here. Hello, Street Cat. No, you're not late for Pisces reading. Pisces is right at the end. Well, this is the moment where I should mention that you guys should watch your rising and moon sign as well. Because here we do have a Teresa saying, I am a Leo moon, and that's great. Which pretty much this reading here means that Teresa is about into the next couple of weeks to feel something real, like a real love, like a real attraction, you know, like a real excitement. Something real is to take place as a feeling into her. That she will have a event or an enterprise in her life which are gonna make her feel alive. Well, yeah, it is because, well, Aries complained they're always first and they kind of literally catch me up on it. So somebody has to be last, but it's just, it's just that is an easier to people that are following the live stream, just to know, you know, when their star sign is going to come about. What I forgot to mention again, guys, for those who just jumping into the live stream, is that right now the queues for Le Grand tableau, and I'm sorry for my French, and the queue for the October personalized monthly reading are open. Le Grand Tableau is 36 card reading, Lenormand reading, that it is showing the events of the future. Okay, events that supposedly you cannot avoid. If it shows you're going to fall in love, you're going to fall in love. If it shows you're going to buy a house, you're going to buy a house. I personally tested that on myself, and it works. The second sale is for, like I said, October personalized reading, and in this reading, basically you are gonna get a overview over your career, finances, and as well love life from the month of October. All right, so Virgo, the first one for you, that is the Two of Pentacles, followed by the second card, which stands for the Nine of Cups. Moving next, what we do have for you, Virgo, that will be the King of Cups, followed by the second card, that will be the Nine of Pentacles. And the last one, we have the Three of Pentacles. Hello, Katie. Welcome to the live stream. They are, Madeline, and they are, that's what scares me from them. In fact, from Lenormand, I predicted twice, that twice happened. I predicted many other things. They do happen. When I do announce a break, I am live. You can then ask a question. If it is about me answering with tarot, if you do have a question about me or about my work, you can ask right now. Yes. All right. So back to Virgo. This is going to be quite surprising couple of weeks for you guys. Well, at the start, these couple of weeks are going to look very, I don't want to say chaotic, because not exactly, more like a random, I would say. Random, what I mean, it is that, you know, say today you had a plan and you pretty much filled up your plan with all the stuff that you're going to do from today, but suddenly certain gaps are start opening into your plan, into your expectations as well, and depending on what kind of a attitude you do have, that will define what kind of a transit you are to experience. Thank you. I am in love, or I am love, I would say. Oh, what a lapsus. So those of you, Virgo, who are opportunists, this is going to be an amazing transit, because all of these gaps you are to see as openings for you to do something different, to fill up with some kind of an enterprises that you enjoy, for example. Others of you are going to see those gaps as that you can improve. You know, you can let go of certain concepts, certain ideas, and just readapt those ideas to the present situation, and in generally improve your situation. However, those of you guys who are used to go by the book, well, those openings into your plans are going to be quite irritating, because it literally means that things are not going exactly as planned. And that will be a cause for you to feel uncertain, to feel aggravated, to feel annoyed as well. And for that reason, what you need to learn here, or what is the reason that these things are happening to you, it is that sometimes the opportunities which are a reason to make a huge leap into development are disguised as a very tiny openings. So literally throughout the next couple of weeks, anything that it is to happen to you, Virgo, happens for a reason, and you should explore it, even if it does not really fit with your concepts. Just explore it. You don't have to invest into it, just explore it. The energies which are going to support you throughout the transit itself are the energies of the Three of Pentacles. Now, those energies are very broad, very vast, and they could relate to a lot of stuff. Those are the energies of the unconditional support that you are going to receive through your developments. It's just when you are start doing something, okay, and you struggle with it, these energies are going to attract people helping you with it. It's just whenever you need help, help is always going to be around. So that is on the plus note. Now on the negative side, we do have the Nine of Cups into the second position, and Nine of Cups, I hate that card. This is the card saying that any kind of happiness, it will be a short-lived happiness. In a sense of that, its peak is gonna be a short-lived. You don't necessarily have to lose anything, but it is just, you know, you have that sensual joy and then things go back to normal. It's just as it is. And the worst that that state may do is make you being beguiled into especially a wrong relationship. You spend the night with a woman or with a guy and you feel very good with them, and you are now imagining the fairy tale type of love, and you commit, and a couple of days after you do see that that relationship doesn't differentiate from any of the relationships you were before. So kind of disappointing, kind of underwhelming. So that's why for the next couple of weeks it will be best, like I said, from you to explore rather than to invest. And the investment which is going to, or the thing that is going to come worth investing, is going to be from a person who is quote unquote very professional. What I mean is that that is a person who, how can I say, it's very mature and doesn't do things based on emotions. It is just he or she always have a argument why they're doing stuff. Yin and yang. Oh, these are the darkness and the light, aren't they? Hello, Blue Eyes. Welcome to the live stream. Hello, Lou. All right, next one, that will be Libra. And the first one for you, Libra, that will be the Lovers, followed by the King, no, that's the Queen of Pentacles. Afterwards, what we do have, that is going to be the Five of Wands. The fourth card for you, Leo, that is going to be the Death. Not Leo, but Libra. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Leo. It's Libra. So the fourth card is going to be the Death. And the last one, we have the Ten of Swords. So without a doubt, right? Without a doubt, these couple of weeks are going to be game-changing for you, career-wise or a relationship-wise. It's a pretty short reading, guys. There isn't much to be said about it. Then there is going to be a surprising turning of the tables. So if right now you are, how can I say, on the second gear, so to speak, on the back foot, at the rock bottom, well, I guess that you are the lucky one. All right. That is because throughout the next couple of weeks, it is just that the energies are going to be very drastic. Drastic in the sense of that insignificant stuff are going to be relinquished. Okay. Noxious, say, people or situations are going to be cut off. It's literally anything bad that it is there to happen. It will happen in a span of a couple of days, and after that, liberation or liberty, so to speak. After that, the change. And the only thing that you need to learn, well, it's a 4:14 a.m. here. I guess street cut, you are living somewhere, Germany, maybe Italy. So the only thing that you will have to learn is not to struggle against the change, because that's the whole point of it. The change could be a habit, it could be a relationship, it could be as well a job. So whatever wants to walk away from your life, Libra, you just have to thankfully allow it to do so, because it's going to be replaced. Okay, it's going to be replaced with something new that it is reciprocal. So what I mean by reciprocal, it is that psychic. Anyway, reciprocal, what I mean is that, say at the start of the week, your beloved one approach you and tell you, we gotta split up, I can't stand it anymore, I just don't love you anymore. So instead of you struggle against it, because you can't make that person love you again, it's just I think that is not the stupidest. I cannot say it that it is the stupidest thing, because people act of emotions, and acting of emotions is never a stupid thing, okay? But it is just an implausible thing. You just can't make that person love you again if they stop love you. I think that when the love and the trust goes away, they never come back. That's at least personally my opinion. Anyway, so you have to let that thing go, whether it is relationship or whether it is a career, because it's going to be replaced with the same thing but much better. So old relationship that you have been relinquished from with new relationship, old job with a new job. That is where, how can I say, your status changes as well, from being jobless with a job, from being single in a relationship. And it will happen very surprisingly. Now, the only thing that I can advise you here, Libra, it is that it is not with something you know, okay? So this isn't about X coming back, okay? This isn't about changing, breaking relationship into a healthy one. This isn't about changing a divorce into a marriage. This isn't about changing, how can I say, a notice into a contract of staying a job. This is about something, a brand new that comes on the horizon, something you didn't had till now. So that's why you always have to be open for anything new. And that is said by this card, Queen of Pentacles into the second position, that you have, literally what this card states, it is that you, Libra, you have tried every single potential possible and it didn't work. Nothing more to try, nothing more to gain. You just have to move on. And that is what you need to do throughout this transit. You literally have to learn to move on. And once you do so, the topic of the transit takes place, which is the topic of harmony. As soon as you move on, all of your problems are to be resolved on their own accord, and harmony settles down. And that's about it. You're welcome, Architeor Collective. And I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Hello, Seda. All right, so moving next, we do have Scorpio. You're welcome, Rosanne. Yeah, the coffee, I finished my coffee, but I have here a delicious tea that was made this afternoon. All right, so it's a cold as ice. Oh my God, I love it. It's delicious. All right, so Scorpio, we do start with the King of Pentacles, followed by the second one here, which stands as the Chariot card. Moving next, we do have the Death card, which stands for Scorpio itself. Those that doesn't know, Death card represents Scorpio. Yummy tea, yeah, it's a berry mixed tea, raspberry, strawberry, blueberries. It's a lovely tea. I love it. We do have the full card after that, and the last one that is going to be the Five of Wands. I wonder if we're going to end up with a Libra this next couple of weeks, because the reading is pretty much all of the same. It's pretty much all of the same. With the only difference, it is that it is the lesson that we don't have to we Scorpio, we don't have to learn to move on. We have to learn to be open for the new. Okay, it's as simple as that. Other than this, the transit is going to be quite profitable, for the lack of better word. That is because whatever we decide to invest as a Scorpio, it simply is going to have a return now. What I mean is that if we decide to invest any kind of money, like buying a home, like buying a car, for example, or simply renovating our home, it's simply gonna work. If we do decide to invest emotionally into somebody we love, that also is going to be returned, which is weird, isn't it? In any case, the energies which are supporting us through the transit are going to be the energies of luck, but a crazy luck. Now, this luck is very different from the luck of the Wheel of Fortune and from the luck of the Eight of Wands. Now, the luck of the Five of Wands is the luck of chaos. What I mean is that this is when you get away with everything. You just, you mess up so bad, and through a very twisted, abominable circumstances, you walk away clean like a baby. No matter how much we mess up, it seems that we are gonna get away with it. So, yeah, I mean, it's it's a transit where anything pretty much is possible for us Scorpio. And that's why, guys, the Death card stands into the third position for us, which pretty much speaks that we need to opt to make a change in our lives. Why? Well, because we get to get away with it. It's as simple as that. Okay? We make a change, whatever we please, because this is within our intention. So we get to rule over the Death card. Usually death does not operate that way. What I mean is that when death comes, it decides what is now over with you, with your life, right? And it takes it away. Here, I kind of like it is where we decide, I don't want that anymore. And once we do decide that thing, it's kind of like starting to disintegrate on its own accord. We are getting away with it, okay? We don't have to pay the price for the severance price, okay? We just don't have to pay it. Now, the only issue that we can see here in this reading, or rather like the only negative side of this reading, is the Chariot into the second position for Scorpio. And this card pretty much speaks that it's not gonna feel like it's a big deal, okay? It's like, even if we put a mighty efforts, a colossal efforts behind a job project, okay, or behind a love endeavor, at the end, we're not gonna be proud of it. Even though we got away with it, we just ain't going to be proud of ourselves, of our work, and even of the results. The results may be very good, the job may be very good, but we will not going to be proud of it. Probably because we know that we should have not got away with it, but we did, and you know, the self guilt is gonna kick in here. Advice wise for a Scorpio, it's very important to be self-absorbed, maybe even selfish. I don't know why, that's just how the card stands. And be bold. Okay, I have to remind that to myself. I gotta write it on my refrigerator. Just be bold, and things are gonna work out. All right, so this was the second 4 star signs, guys, and now the second break is going to take place. For those who are new to the live streams, when I do announce a break, a free reading takes place, which is right now, a free reading giveaway. And in order for you to participate into this free reading, all you got to do, guys, is just input a question into the comments, and after 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Anybody who supported the live stream through Super Chat is going to get their reading at the end of the live stream regardless. And the cues for the Le Grand Tableau, personalized reading, which does show events that are to happen to you in the future, events that are unavoidable, is now open, and the queue for the personalized October reading, which is reading over career, finances, and as well a love life. Both of these queues are opening, and in order to purchase one or the other reading, or maybe the 2 readings, because I have such people as well, or such clients as well, just go to the description of this live stream and you're going to find links there. And if you do want a just personalized reading or personal reading, with me, go to my website, and at the very front page you're going to see a full list of my services, their pricing as well, and the link you're also going to find into the description down below. Oh yeah, Charlie, you really need to quit that. I don't want to judge, but to me, alcohol and drugs, these are the only things in this world that doesn't make any sense, with one exception, okay? Because drugs can be used for healing purposes. For example, I do use painkillers when I do have a kidney crisis. Oh God, we do have so far 2 questions, really good contestants. Hello, May. Hope you enjoy the live stream. Well, Architecture, I don't see how the alcohol can be a tool of anything, of literally anything. To me, the only thing that alcohol does is giving you happiness and then takes it away 10 times more. It's kind of like it lends you. It doesn't give it to you. It lends it to you from the future. It takes it away from the future and it gives it to you right now and then takes it away big time. I have a friend which was my best friend, and I cannot call this person a friend anymore. He's just alcoholic and there is no escaping it. It's just He is sick. Literally, he went to in a hospital and then told them that he's gonna die if he doesn't quit drinking. He doesn't quit. He's not quitting it. He's not quitting it. He can't quit it. That is how bad it is. Alcohol, I got myself drunk only once in my lifetime to understand that's the pointless and the worst thing you can do to yourself. It's so pointless. It then takes it away. Well, don't be sorry, Architeor. Don't be sorry, because it was their decision. They did that to themselves. Okay? You shouldn't be sorry for someone else's actions. Yeah. Alright, so 2 really good contestants. I don't know whom to choose. I will let Pisces Moonbeam decide. I hope she will. Let me check on if she's here. Throw a dice. I don't have a dice right now. Okay. So I'm gonna take the one that I never read before for. I'm sorry, Cinnamon Kiss. One of the questions was yours. Really interesting one. The other one, well, I already picked. So I already picked. The last one is gonna be hers though. So the other one is for I am love, and that will I meet someone new? Hold on a second. All right. We have the 3 of Swords, followed by the Ace of Swords. Moving next, we do have the 7 of Swords. And the last one, that is going to be the Queen of Wands. At the end of October, I am love. At the end of October, you are going to attract someone new, okay? And actually, it's gonna be, I don't know if you're gonna like the guy or the woman, depending on your preferences, because it's going to be a person which you can pretty much put into your back pocket. That is an expression we do have in our country, meaning that you get to do with them whatever you like. It's as simple as that. But you are gonna meet someone new at the end of October that is gonna be very attracted to you, very attracted to you. But that thing with your ex, the fact that you mentioned that you don't want any one of your exes, it speaks to me, and it's also written in the cards here that there are still something that you had experienced with your ex which you have not forgave either to yourself or to them. It's just something you are reliving, and that is something you just have to heal from. Okay, just sleep through it. Don't drink through it though, because like you understood, I hate alcohol. Of course, if that's something you like to do, by all means go and do it. Drink through it, you know, play through it, I don't know, party through it, do whatever you have through it, but just stop thinking about it. That is how you do get to meet someone new. And I just can't help it but also pick the second question here because it's a really good one, and that's the cinnamon kisses one. And what's she asks, what is the best thing I can do to change my life for the better during the transit? And I love the question because this is exactly what type of questions tarot is designed for. Okay, it's exactly what type of questions tarot is designed for. So let's have a look, Cinnamon Kiss. Let me shuffle. Hello, Angela. Well, all of my friends, Debbie, all of my friends are heavy drinkers. Just because my friends are heavy drinkers, that doesn't make me a drinker either. And we get along very well together. So don't be concerned. I mean, if your son isn't into drinking, there is nothing in this world that is gonna make him drink. So we do have the Two of Swords, Cinnamon Kiss, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. And the third card is going to be the Death card. So we do have those three cards. And the best thing you can do in order to improve your life throughout the transit is just to observe. You don't have to make any moves. In fact, it's very how can I say, advisable, mandatory, or the cards are adamant that you shouldn't move, that you shouldn't make any move nor make any decision whatsoever in the next couple of weeks. For there are, at least according to these cards, there are pieces of information or a circumstances which yet had not happened that are going to be a reason to either change options or to either, you know, sway paths. What I tried to say here is that not all points of views are considered in your life, and this lunar transit, you need to wait and consider all points of view before you decide what to do about your love life, about your career, for example. So next couple of weeks, you just do nothing. You just do your mundane stuff, okay, and look for the signs. But aside from that, with these cards, it's highly unlikely that any change whatsoever is going to take place in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, that's also an option, Debbie. That's also an option. Thank you, Architeor. Thank you so much. All right, so give me a couple of minutes, guys, to catch up my breath, and we are going to move to the last 4 star signs, which are going to be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and as well Pisces. Yeah. It's really, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry that you could not take $250 million. Hello, Stacy. Welcome to the live stream. So while I'm catching my breath, does the autumn already started, guys, in your countries? Today here was a really autumnish day, raining and cold, or rather like chilly. Not exactly cold, but rather chilly. Thank you, Sid. Yeah. Well, the thing, Cinnamon Kiss, with those cards, especially toward directions that you strive for, like big directions, you know, directions like harmonious relationship, like directions as a successful job. Um, with those cards, those directions are going to be, I don't want to say decided for you, but the decision what that direction really is, or whom or where you're going to find that thing you are looking, is going to become obvious with time. If you do make a decision right now by you being baffled and confused, you know, and trying really hard to decide, then most likely you're going to make the wrong choice. So that's why throughout the next couple of weeks, it is best not to make any choice whatsoever, but just to wait the arguments and the proof, so to speak, the information to pile up. Okay. Unlike here, our August here in Bulgaria was actually really hot. The temperature hit about, I don't know, maybe 42, 43 degrees Celsius. That is about 84 plus 32. That will happen to be 114 Fahrenheit. Okay. Listen, no, I'm not familiar with the I Ching. I don't know what that is. The winter is coming, Angel. Yeah, the winter is coming. That's great. All right, so Sagittarius, first one, that will be the World, followed by the second card here of the Ten of Swords. Moving next, what we do have for you guys, that is going to be the Three of Swords. The fourth card of your spread, Sagittarius, that is going to be the Six of Swords. And the last card for you, Sagittarius, that will be the Seven of Wands. So we do have those those 5 cards here, okay? And the transit is going to be about you not repeating old mistakes. It's as simple as that. Well, literally what happens here for you, Sagittarius? Yeah, S3. The swords in your case are not that big of a deal, rather than the Seven of Wands at the end that we do have. The sword cards there, for example, the Ten of Swords into the second position, it does speaks it's not to make any how can I say, irreversible actions or irreversible decisions, or in other words, making an old mistake again. Okay, so no actions or decisions or incorporation into enterprises that you cannot get yourself away from at will. So my point was that for you, Sagittarius, this transit is all about you do not make the same mistake all over again. So throughout the transit, you are going to accomplish a peak of experience, so to speak, a culmination of stuff, okay? Something big is going to finalize, not end, but finalize, wrap itself up. I don't like to put an assessment to other people's work, but when a tarot reader says that the world is ending, kind of like, God, where did you read that? The world is about the culmination of stuff, things as they are, okay? The world doesn't mean anything good as it doesn't mean anything bad. Just to give you an example, say somebody comes to you for a reading and they ask you simple question, okay? We and my partner are separated, okay? Are we gonna go back together? Is there a chance that we are gonna get back together? And you draw the world card. No chance whatsoever, because the world says that it is what it is and it is how it's gonna stay, because that's the culmination of stuff. You are separated, that's the culmination, it's over, it's done. You gotta move on to new perspective, and that is how it stands here. So for you, Sagittarius, something is going to culminate, okay? It's gonna wrap itself up, it's gonna settle down, and from there you have to think for a new perspective, for a new direction. And because probably you're gonna have a lots of, I don't want to say free time, but open space, okay, in front of you, like many things to choose from, you may throw yourself straight away into a new thing. And my dad is Sagittarius, and they don't kind of like stay at one place. My dad goes crazy. He never rests, okay? He always finds something to work. Right now he is retired, all right? But it's just, I see that kind of like is heavy on him. He always makes renovations at home where they're not needed, okay? It's just he's trying to find something to do. The point here is not to throw yourself in the first thing that comes in front of you, okay? Because as the Ten of Swords stands here, the inappropriate incorporation of yourself into some kind of a enterprise, may that be a relationship enterprise or career enterprise, Sagittarius, may break you down. And I'm serious here, it may truly break you down. So instead, every time you do have some kind of a perspective that you want to go ahead of, what you need to do is to think about a similar situation from your past and are things went wrong. And if they went wrong, why they went wrong. What was the reason that they went wrong? And by you doing so, you will kind of like see a lot of similarities or differences within these situations. And should there be more differences than similarities, you can go ahead and do it. Should there be more similarities than differences, then probably the mistake is going to be repeated. Now on the plus side, we do have the Seven of Wands into the fifth position of the spread. With pretty much, like I said, these are the energies which are going to help you guys. And with the Seven of Wands, these are the energies that are going to be, it's almost intuitive. While the Seven of Wands is not a card of an intuition, here actually it is. And actually what makes it is when the moment is just right, when the place is the right place, you will feel that urge to jump into action. It's just going to be there. And that is how you will know that now is the moment. And like that famous rapper was singing in his song, are you gonna catch it or you're just gonna let it slip, right? So that is literally what the transit revolves around. And the lesson that you need to learn with the Six of Swords is one of the best lessons out there. And if you do have a chance, just thinking about that chance, it's not going to make the chance manifest, right? You have to actually do something about the chance itself. Hello, Madeline. Yeah, there are free readings, giveaways, which are happening when I do announce a break. Okay. That is one way to get a reading. The other way to get a reading is through Super Chat as well. I give readings to the Super Chat supporters at the end of the live stream. And for personalized reading, you can go to my website if you wish. In the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. Thank you, Malibu. Ants in the pants. Yeah. Yeah, Wanderlust. Exactly. All right, so moving next, we do have Capricorn. First one for Capricorn, that will be the Knights of Pentacles, followed by the Sun card. Oh, that will be a... I don't want to curse. Followed by the Three of Wands. You're welcome, Cinnamon Case. The fourth card, that will be the Three of Pentacles. And the last one, we have the Knights of Wands. Those 5 cards. And yeah, that reading is going to be a... to interpret. All right. So, Knight of Pentacles at the very first position. That card could refer to a few things. Okay, that's a general reading. And depending on what kind of a situation you're in, the card refers to the situation itself. So, in terms of love, the Knight of Pentacles, it's a very happy card. In a sense of that it may refer to jumping into, it's like a spring feeling, you know, a spring for the love itself, meaning that kind of like either a new love is taking place or old love, it's reignited once more out there. Now this reading is meh to interpret. It is because we do have the Sun into the second position. Having the Sun into the second position is not a great thing, because having it there, it either means that this enthusiasm you will have has no soil, or it means that by the time it makes you happy, you actually have to bleed for it. The Sun card there, it's a sign that the energies of growth they are either not there or they are blocked by something thus far. And if should there be blocked by something thus far, it is usually by some kind of a unnatural course of events. Something happened out of the ordinary, unplanned, you know, or out of character, so to speak. And now the situation just has to recover. So, just in the general scheme of things, having the Knights of Pentacles there, Capricorn, it means that throughout the transit itself, everything is going to be simple for you. It's either going to be make it or break it. It's either going to be happening or not happening. But the good thing about the Knights of Pentacles, it is that throughout the transit itself, even at the very least of the transit, you will very well know what you want with your situation. You want to be together, you want to be separated, you want to be with this person doing business, you want to be at that job. You know, you will know what you want, and you are going to know how to get there. The lesson that you will need to learn here, it's a lesson of cooperation. And I'm gonna quote a lyric from a song I like very much, which states, "No man does it by themselves." And that is something that you need to learn. If you want to do so, if you want something big, you cannot carry it by yourself. And therefore, connections, okay, supports, even people who criticize you can contribute in a huge way for you. By you taking the positive stuff for their criticism, from their criticism, like constructive criticism, so to speak. The energies which are going to support you, Capricorn, these are going to be energies of tenacity. What I mean is that no matter what kind of an obstacle you face, you ain't gonna give up. It's just it will not even cross your mind to give up. And the more difficult the situation is, the more complex the situation is, the more sophisticated the situation is, the more enterprising and creative you are going to be. It may not be just only the ego, Lisa. But what you need to aim for is truly for something bigger than you are thinking right now. Now, this live stream is happening before actually the full moon to take place. You are thinking about, everybody is thinking about something, you know, as a goal. Well, you have to kind of like lift the bar a little bit, because you can definitely go for more into the next couple of weeks. You can go for a better achievements in career, you can go for more harmonious relationship, you can go for simply a more. Why? Well, it is because you are sitting on good foundations and good patterns. So if you are wondering, is my marriage stable? Yes, it is. Is my career stable? It seems that it is. Is my relationship stable? Yeah, it is. Okay. The only problem, like I said, it is that it is stable, yes, but it doesn't look like it's gonna grow in the next couple of weeks. All right, moving next, we do have Aquarius. Just give me a second, guys. All right, so Aquarius, we do have for you guys the 10 of Pentacles, followed by the second card, which is the 5, the 10 of Wands, I'm sorry. So we do have the 10 of Wands, then it is the 5 of Pentacles. Moving next, that will be the 4 of Swords. The fourth card for you, Aquarius, that is going to be the Temperance. And the last card, we have the 6 of Swords. Those 5 cards, like that. Quite of a demanding transit. Hello, Milena. So quite of a demanding transit. The thing about the transit for Aquarius, it is that you guys are either are going to get yourself involved into something, or you have already been involved into a thing. It could be related to your career, or it could be related to your relationship. That is going to be, like I said, very demanding. It's pretty much a thing that it will consume, for the most part, your time, for the most part, your resources, you know, for the most part, your attention as well. Now, the confirmation from these cards that we do have, it is that at the end, should you keep up to the expectations, you know, should you fulfill what you have signed for, a very good, even I could say, an amazing rewards are waiting you at the end. So your efforts are going to be paid off. Now, on the negative side, it will start making problems. Say if you have been involved yourself in a pretty important project at work, and you are married or you do have a relationship, it's going to start causing problems into your relationship, or vice versa. The point here is that what you have been devoted yourself to is going to start causing problems to your lifestyle, like obstructions. They're not going to be big, at least not for now, but there are going to be many. So the problems are not going to be scary as quality, but they're going to be scary as quantity. And it is just the lesson that you need to learn, or why this is happening to you, Aquarius, is not so you quit, guys. You get the easy way out. You say, oh my God, I just can't deal with that, you know, because it's way too much to handle. No, the reason why this is always happening to you, Aquarius, it is so you do find the sweet spots of managing it all. You do find the appropriate measures toward your career and toward your relationship, so they are both healthy, they're both functional, they're both I don't know, benign, okay? While in the same time, you do not slack, or you do not cut any slack in either of these. And you can definitely get to that point, at least according to these cards. There are two ways how you can get to that point. One of the ways is by seeking a professional help. Like, for example, if your business is becoming way too demanding, well, maybe it's time to hire somebody to scratch out a little bit of work, right? Should your relationship becomes way too obsessive, the second way how you can get to that point, it is by making a pretty deep and profound conversations with the person that you are involved in, career-wise or relationship-wise as well. You need to know that the conversations are going to be very faithful. They are going to be very I don't know, open probably is the best word that I can use. Open in a sense of that there will be no uncomfortable sentence or uncomfortable way how you can express yourself. So people are going to be pretty divulging, so to speak, or you and the person that you are going to make conversations with is going to be pretty divulging. And the energies which are going to support you throughout the next couple of weeks, Aquarius, are the energies of the common it's not the common view, it's the common goal, because you may have a different view but the goal may be the same. Okay, what I mean is that you may have a goal, the business to be successful, because your view is that you are going to be successful, while the other person may have a view that through the successful business they're going to buy a mansion or a mansion, whatever. Right? So you don't have to be on the same page with the goal, or rather like with the view of the goal. You got to be on the same page with the goal, and that will be something you are to learn. And so you can expect as well throughout the next couple of weeks to unite people under the common cause, under the common banner, under the unanimous banner. Even though the reasons for anyone, they are going to be, they will unite with you for a different reason, but still that is going to work for you. So Aquarius, yeah, it will be, like I said, quite busy, quite demanding transit into the next couple of weeks. The only advice that I do have for you, do not doubt yourself, guys, and not for a single second question your lifestyle. The lifestyle is correct. Manifesting it kind of needs a little bit of a shaping. All right, and last but not least, we go Pisces. So first one for Pisces, that will be the Eight of Pentacles, followed by the second card for Pisces, that will be the Seven of Swords. You're welcome, Virginia. Then we do have the Page of Pentacles, the third card. Moving next, that will be the Nine of Cups. And the last one for Pisces, we have the Empress. Well, that will be an easy one. It's an easy one, guys, because all that Pisces needs to learn, or the reason why this transit is happening for them, is so they can be happy. This transit is like a gift to them. It's all that they need to do to enjoy themselves. Okay, Pisces, throughout this transit, it seems that they're going to experience life or fullness of life, sensual joy, content, and all these things. And how can I put it into words? There are going to be other people involved as well, in a sense of that, I don't know how to say it. Well, I will say it that way. One person in particular, or people around you, they are going to be devoted to you. It's just you are going to matter more to them than they to themselves. I don't know why, but that would be the case. And it's just all that for you, Pisces, is going to pose that something you have prepared or planned for quite a long time now finally can become reality. And this is very strong for if you do befriended somebody for quite a while now and you really like the woman or the guy, and you are planning to make a move to tell them how you feel, right? Well, that's is going to take place in the next couple of weeks, and it seems that it's going to be successful, very successful, by the way. So don't be afraid of it, okay? In fact, guys, it's never shameful to say how you feel to somebody that you do have a feelings toward, because even if you do get rejected, at the end of the day, at least you are gonna know not to waste your time, right? So if you do have feelings toward a person, just say it. There is no shame in it, or you should not be even afraid if it is not a shameful, because I find that some people find it shameful. But yeah, literally for Pisces, things are gonna go very good for you guys. It seems that you are gonna, like I said, end up happy, and all that you gotta do is just enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, enjoy the happiness. The energies which are going to surround you are energies of comfort, and it's not just any kind of comfort, but it is a comfort of not being bothered, and as well a comfort of being rest assured that things are gonna go your way for a very long time, because the plans you made, they are not going to be disrupted and they are not going to be wasted, so to speak. And that's about it. One last thing before we jump to the super chat readings, not to the last free reading and then the super chat readings, is that should these cards refer to your career, relationship wise, I already said most likely a friend of yours, okay, that is to either approach you or you are going to start developing feelings for them. But relationship, the career wise here, next couple of weeks for you Pisces are going to be weeks where you're going to start getting a lot of meaningful either projects or meaningful purchase orders, so to speak. And it's very important that you do address those projects, orders, tasks with a great amount of conscientiousness, because something big is going to come out of them, okay? Something big that is going to contribute for your long-term sustenance. And also the energies which are supporting you, they are going to support you with abnormal amounts of creativity, calmness, and understanding of the nature of the matter that will allow you to make very well-found decisions. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you are offered something like a promotion, a raise, or just being given as an example in front of the rest of your colleagues. Esri, thank you so much for your $5 support, super chat support. Thank you so much, Esri. Make sure you do stick around up until the end of the stream, where you are going to get your personalized reading for the full moon in Pisces. And now, guys, the third free reading is going to take place. So all that you got to do to participate into this free reading giveaway is just input a question into the comments down below. And after 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Said. Or Sid. How do I pronounce your name? Said or Sid? Or your nickname? I don't know if that's your real name. Well, Cinnamon Kiss, you may not be interested in anyone, but someone may be interested in you. That may change the things a little bit. You're welcome, Debbie. We are all of a kind in our own way. Okay, so Sid. Until next time, Street Cat. Have a great one. Yeah, Linda, super chat is not available in certain countries. You can still support you can still support me and the channel through PayPal as well. I'm gonna text right now the PayPal link. I hope that it is correct one, the correct one. Let me check it out. Yeah, it is the correct one. So you can use that link if you do wish to support the channel. Bye, Angela. Where do I live? I live in Bulgaria, Eastern Europe. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for your 11 US dollars support. Thank you so much. Let me put you in the list for the super chat. Make sure you do stick around up until a little bit longer, and I'm going to perform you a personalized reading for the transit. So let's pick a question now. That is going to be a difficult one, and I pick it as a personal challenge here. The question is submitted by Lisa Newcomb. Newcomb. What is standing in the way of me starting my business? Listen, no, I haven't. I had no reason to, and besides, I wouldn't qualify for visa. Because I am non-married. Yeah, that's about it. Well, listen, in the grand scheme of things, nothing is stopping the business. There are things which are delaying the business, but stopping it, not exactly. So those are the cards for your question. I'm gonna sneeze. So we do have the Ace of Cups with the Five of Swords, and then it is the Four of Swords here. Okay. Like I said, nothing is stopping it. According to these cards, the time is not exactly ideal. Not like right, it's not exactly ideal. And there are still some predicaments which are not necessarily caused by the individual business. It is just there are predicaments within the grand scheme of things. For example, if the business is about real estates, and right now just the these grand scheme of predicaments would mean that right now it is just, say, people don't look for buying real estate. So that is not something for your personal business, individually to your personal business, but it is just for the grand scheme of the business itself. And that is supplemented by these two cards, the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords, speaking that from the Four of Swords and the Ace of Cups, which that elemental dignity speaks that even if you do look or see for any kind of professional help, like business advisor, you know, like investor and so on and so forth, ain't gonna change the matters that much, because like I said, it's just the environment. It's all the money in the world is not gonna make anybody buy real estate if they don't want to, right? And the other card, which is the Five of Swords to the Ace of Cups, it speaks that right now it is just kind of like a bitter victory if you do establish it right now. It's not like you cannot make the business right now. You can, but it will be more on the losing side at that point. So the conclusion here from these cards, it is that nothing is it's not like nothing is standing on the way the business to be successful, rather than the period of time. So the business, if it is established, it's established in an inappropriate time frame. Or if it cannot be established, it cannot be established because the time frame is not the right time frame right now. These cards are a clear sign that you should keep up trying when the environment becomes more benign for the business. Well, no cute sneeze this time. I don't know how you find my sneezing cute, but I'm gonna take it any day. Okay, I ain't complaining here. Hello, Karen. I'm glad that's the case. I'm love. All right, so let's now jump to the super chat readings. Actually, Cinnamon Kiss, the thing that makes me sneeze the most, it's light, the sun. It makes me sneeze a lot. So yeah. Oh, wait a second. It's true, Lisa. Thank you so much for your $11.11 support. Thank you so much. Let me put you in the list. Just hold on a second. What's different, Debbie? Thank you, Terry. I wish you well too. My rising is Aquarius. Give me, guys, a couple of minutes just to kind of like gather up my thoughts. But my rising is Aquarius. You sneeze, do paper? Ah, okay. I don't like paper. Probably I'm gonna sneeze, do paper as well, but I don't like paper. Esther, thank you so much for your 10 Australian dollars support. Thank you so much, Esther. Make sure you do stick around a little bit longer. Let me put you into the... And Karen, thank you so much for your $5 US. Thank you so much, Karen. Again, make sure you do stick around a little bit longer, and I'm gonna make you a personalized reading for the live stream. For the transit. I'm sorry, kind of tired. Okay. Have a great one. Oh yeah, you were in Australia, of course. You are making Australian dollar support. So yeah, after work, resting a little bit with a cup of coffee. My God, I'm gonna make myself a coffee after this one. Well, Amanda, I am not an astrologer, but for what I know, not necessarily. Now, the love is the more complex matter when it comes to astrology, because Venus also tells you about career, not just only about love. Okay, I would reckon that the moon is gonna tell you more about love than the Venus itself, because the moon is about emotions. Okay, so the very least, tracking out where the moon is, it's gonna tell you, you know, your feelings, so to speak, or what makes you feel well, or what correlates with your feelings, and so on and so forth. You're welcome, Terry. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, you're Guadalajara. Wow. All right. As well, so the combo in between Scorpio Sun and Aquarius Rising means something to you, Virginia? Yeah, it's all over the place in the chart. You cannot just track Venus. Because, for example, my Venus is in Scorpio, and you can say, oh my God, that person should be kind of like swimming in love, right? But he's squared by Saturn, and it actually makes an opposition with something else, some kind of an asteroid. I think it was Lilith or something like this. You know, so I am not the ideal person to be with. That is to say the least. Hello, Laura. Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's jump to the super chat. Let me check if I drew for Esther and Karen. Oh no, I haven't. All right. All right. What in the world? Oh my God. All right. What happened? Oh my God. All right. A weird glitch with the stream interface. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so Taco first. And for you, Taco, we do have the Three of Wands catalyzed with the Two of Cups. And then we do have the Seven of Swords. So we do have these three cards. Next couple of weeks, as far as the new moon or full moon, I'm sorry, into Pisces is concerned, well, the chat disappeared, and then all the graphs disappeared. It's just the interface was just my window, and that's all that there was to it. So I couldn't see what you were writing, guys. I couldn't see how many people were in. Couldn't see if the stream was running or not. It was just, everything went blank. So I just refreshed and it was all good now. So Taco, this next couple of weeks, as far as the full moon in Pisces is concerned, is that you have to look not for yourself, but you should look after yourself, man. I mean, it seems that next couple of weeks it will be all about what you want to do with yourself and with your life in general, career-wise and relationship-wise. And that being said, into the next couple of weeks, you should kind of like not bend the knee, so to speak. So no compromises with yourself whatsoever. Now, that, however, is going to bring some unwanted effects, in a sense of that you can expect certain confrontations, especially at work. You are going to start feeling the tension there. That is because now you have stopped being the follower, but instead you are now kind of like making your own path. You are making your own thing. You are actually accomplishing your own personal stuff. It's a great transit where you can pretty much demand what you have been owed, in a sense of that if you have lent money, you can get those money back. Or if you have made something extra at work, you can demand for a compensation. Okay, you can demand as well for a proper treatment. You can demand for a proper attitude. It is just long story short for you. Yeah, the glitch is done, Debbie. Don't worry. Long story short for you, Taco, into the next couple of weeks, you will improve personally. Okay, you will improve personally. Those around you, some will be able to catch up with you, others will not. And I guess those who can't, they will simply won't gonna be able to keep up with your life. And I hope that doesn't take place within your personal life, in a sense of marriage, in a sense of relationship, okay? But rather takes place in fields where you anyway kind of like need change with the people that you are surrounding yourself with, like say social circle, and some of the people that you are socializing with cannot keep up with the progression you do, and they just, you know, fall behind, and it is what it is, and you got to move on from there. But next couple of weeks are weeks where you are going to get a lot of progress in regards to your own personal goal, your own personal agenda, and a huge improvement where you have already settled a very, very good results. Sarah, thank you so much for your $5 Australian support. Thank you so much, Sarah. Stick around a little bit longer, and I'm going to address your inquiry, which is regarding my love life. Will it be someone from my past or someone new? That's someone from a past or someone new love life. There we go. Okay. All right, so next one, that will be Debbie. And for you, Debbie, we do have Two of Wands, which is going to be catalyzed with the Sun card. And it is a great transit. It is your transit. Well, literally in that transit, everything, and I mean literally everything, like job, like relationship. Now you're no longer single. We all know that. Okay. They're going to take off in a very natural turn, in a very natural progression, in a very natural growth, which is going to be an expanding growth. Okay, so in a sense of that, you are making a good progress, and that good progress is going to keep its progress. It's literally, those two cards are saying that within this transit, you are gonna reap what you sow, and you sow well. Okay, you sow really, really well in the past. What also, but this is a very private case here that may not necessarily happen. It's monetary success, and that monetary success is going to be just a natural result of a very well made a business maneuvers of yours. So if you have made recently a business maneuvers, they are going to be very successful. But you are going to be happy. Oh, and another thing, it is that you can expect that your relationships, not just only your intimate relationship, but any kind of relationships, and especially those relationships which are on the knife's edge, like you are by each other's throats, you know, like you are arguing and you almost cannot stand each other. They are very likely to improve. It is just the hatchets of war are going to be buried down. It's a really great transit for you, Debbie, at least according to my cards. Right, so next one, that will be Malibu, and your card is the Nine of Cups, catalyzed with the Eight of Swords, those two cards, Malibu. And for you, this transit is going to bring peace. You will not going to feel the necessity of doing anything really. I'm trying to elaborate on it. So the things for you, Malibu, are going to position in such a way that you are going to be happy of how your life is right now. And say that you are single. I don't know what your situation is, but say that you are single. And as the transit progresses, even if you don't find anybody suitable, you will be okay being single. You're going to be happy of the things you have while you are single. So, you know, the absence of stuff are not going to kind of like be heavy on you there. You're not going to feel bereft. I think that that's the right word that I should use here. And it's just within your grasp is going to be everything you need in order to make yourself happy. I know that many tarot readers are interpreting the Nine of Cups like wish is coming true. Should that be true for you, you need to know that with the Nine of Cups, wish coming true is not the hard part of anything, okay? Sustaining that wish around you, it is actually the hard part there. So within the next couple of weeks, Malibu, if you do acquire something you love, or something happens to you that makes you happy, okay, make sure you do what it is needed to have to keep that thing around. Don't take it for granted. It's my point here, because that is a certain way how you're going to lose it. You're welcome, Chantal or Chantel. You're welcome. Well, Sirona, I hope you enjoy the live stream. All right, so next one, that will be Nicole Jill, and your card, Nicole, is the Knight of Swords, which is catalyzed with the Lover's card, those two. Okay, these are active supporters, by the way, and that transit, you will stand against a lot of choices that you will have to make. Actually, these cards are guidance cards rather than fortune-telling cards for you. And the guidance is that whenever you are to make a choice, the decision that you are about to make needs to be simultaneously logically supported. So basically what you are about to do or what you are about to decide for, it has to make sense. And simultaneously it needs to be consulted with your emotions, meaning that what you are about to do should be something you want to do. Now on the plus side, there will be no right or wrong choice. So translated in a simple language, you get to do what you want. And that is going to bring harmony into your life. You literally get to do what you want. Now, should you find a suitor in the next couple of weeks, there will be a lot of flirting, and as well, you both are going to like each other physically. I cannot say about emotionally, because within these cards, there are no emotions. If somebody tells you that, well, there are, but they are not the leading force. Lover's card, it's an air sign and it has nothing to do with emotions. Okay, that's besides the point. So yeah, Nico, I mean, should you find a suitor in the next couple of weeks, the attraction is going to start purely physical at the start, and then from there emotions, of course, they can grow. Next one, Ada Brooks. Your card, Ada, that will be the Star, and it is catalyzed with the Queen of Cups. Those couple of cards, pretty easy. You will be able to walk yourself out of something. I was about to use the word escape, or get away from something that you have been in for quite a long time. And it is not like you were unhappy into it. It is just it set your life into stall. And that life has to be set into stir once more. And that's why through a conscious action or a conscious decision, it seems that you will decide to just, either escape, walk yourself away from it, or simply take, what did I say? Get away from that thing, so you can pretty much embark on. They don't have to be even a new enterprises. They could be old enterprises that you have pretty much not muffled, but what was the word? Set dormant. Okay, enterprises that you set dormant because you either don't have the chance right now, or you either you don't have the time, or simply you have been constrained from what you are walking away from. And this transit pretty much is gonna set you on a course where you will have the chance to fulfill all of your ideas and all of your standards in career and in love as well. So in love, good night, Debbie. Good night. Thank you so much for sticking around. So in terms of love, you can expect that this transit will offer you an unfolding one. And in terms of career, you can expect that this transit is going to offer you a long-term one. All right, so next one, that will be Lisa Newcomb. Stacy, thank you so much for your 11 US dollar support. Thank you so much, Stacy. Let me put you in the list here. Just hold on a second. Hello, Showers. Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully you do enjoy it. Stacy, can you type into the chat so I can copy your name on the list? Right. So Lisa, your card, Lisa, that will be the 10 of Pentacles, and it is catalyzed with the Queen of Wands. Those couple of cards. And well, Lisa, first and foremost, that's within this transit, you are going to walk out of dependency. So if you do have any debt, if you do have any strings, if you have been set yourself in a setup or something like this, it's highly likely that within the next couple of weeks, even if you cannot escape from it, you will find a certain way how to do so. Aside from that, you can expect within the next couple of weeks, as within the next lunar transit, to, how can I say, build up a lot of trust within the people around you. And it's highly likely as well that people from your past are going to start coming back within your life. Now, that doesn't mean ex that you despise, okay? That could be a friend you haven't seen each other with for a very long time. As of course, it could be an ex, but it may not be the ex you hate, okay? That's a huge disclaimer that I need to make here. Now, the only negative stuff or the only negative aspect that we can see with these two cards, it is that you may lose a true perspective upon the human nature. What I mean is that you may not see through the veil when you first get introduced to somebody. And for that reason, it will be best if you do not throw yourself into serious commitments straight away, but actually take your time to get to know the other person better. Be careful when it comes to first interactions with people. Susan or Susanna, your card is the 5 of Wands, which is going to be catalyzed with the 6 of Swords. And with these two cards, Susanna, you can expect a lot of turnarounds and a lot of surprising events to take place in the next couple of weeks. In fact, you are going to be surprised by being able to get through to somebody that didn't want to listen to you thus far. Now, that could be, for example, your husband, or it could be or for example, your beloved one, or maybe your boss as well. It is just these cards are strongly suggesting that you can get through to a person that did not want it to listen to you by this point. Aside from that, you can expect that certain situations you are in, which are actually on their last legs, are to suddenly take off and kind of like the tables to be turned around. And instead of being a situation that you are very scared for, to become a situation where you are very happy of. Or in other words, you can expect that within this transit, failures are going to be traversed or transformed, into a success. Next one, that will be Aries. And your card, Aries, that is the King of Pentacles. And the accompanied card, that is the Hangman. Well, it's a tough one. Well, these couple of cards here are speaking. Well, there is a positive. There is a positive aspect of the transit, and there is a negative aspect of the transit. So, Esri, the positive aspect of the transit is that whatever your concerns are, they are literally gonna solve themselves on their own accord. And all that you have to do in order this thing to happen is just to wait. Okay, that's the positive aspect of the transit. Now, the negative aspect of the transit, it is that you can't do much about it. The more you try to invest, the worse the situation becomes. So, in the next couple of weeks, it's highly advisable that you do absolutely nothing. Just observe. That's all. And in a more practical manner, if you do expect any kind of investments from something or from somebody, they may be delayed. They may not come into this lunar cycle, into the next couple of weeks, but the cards are saying that they will come eventually. Well, I don't know how long, Esri. That's the thing with the Hangman. It's like Gandalf, the wizards are never late or they're never early. They come whenever the time is right. So I cannot tell you how long. But all that you gotta do is just wait. Hello, Tracy. All right. So next one, that will be Linda. Your card, Linda, is the Moon, and it is catalyzed by the Six of Wands. So Linda, that will be a poignant transit for you, but in the same time it will be very helpful to your life in general. Oh, Stacy, hello. Okay, thank you for texting. I needed to copy your name into the list. Thank you, by the way, for your $11 support. So, Linda, throughout this transit, it's simply you will see who are the people who never are going to appreciate you, no matter what you do. These people would never help you with anything, and these people would never give you what you deserve, career-wise or relationship-wise. And that's why the transit is going to be poignant. Now, the transit, though, is going to be helpful to your life, because once you do see whom these are, that is going to pretty much push you into a direction that will lead you to a place that you belong, like, or a situation that you belong. So it's like the right takeoff for the right reasons, but with the wrong initial momentum, so to speak. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, but literally you are going to be very disappointed from the human nature in the next couple of weeks. It is just, you may even lose faith in humanity at some point. That is what the transit pretty much speaks for you. Next one, that will be Lisa Ru, and your card, Lisa, is the Ace of Pentacles, which is catalyzed with the Emperor. So we do have those two cards. Pretty easy interpretation is for you for a change. And Lisa, in the next couple of weeks, you are to receive a very rare opportunity to establish your goal of either harmonious relationship or either a successful business. And the thing is that when the opportunity is presented to you, you don't have to break a sweat to take it. It seems that you are more than prepared for it. And for that, you can consider this transit, next couple of weeks, to be a weeks of content, happiness, and exhilaration. You simply, your life, and as well your undertakings are going to be sound, safe, secure, and protected. Esther, your card, that will be the Eight of Wands, and it is catalyzed with the Hermit. So, Esther, as far as the full moon in Pisces is concerned for you, your transit is going to be very carefree. Very, very carefree. So these cards here are just advising you, Esther, to have fun and to experiment with life, with enterprises, with endeavors, because none of it is going to have a significant impact on your life. Okay, it's just none of it is going to be in such an impact that there is no going back from it. But if you like the impact, well, you can't keep up with it, if you will. So that's why these cards are encouraging you to just keep up with all that. And not keep up with all that, but how can I say, experiment and just try to have fun, try to be happy, do stuff that you didn't, for one or another reason, haven't done by now. Oracle 365, thank you so much for your $4.99 support. Thank you so much. Make sure you do stick around a little bit longer, and I'm going to perform you a personalized reading for the transit. Karen is next, and Karen, oh my God, your card is the king. Karen, hold on a second, Karen. Wasn't that something that came up in a previous super chat? Because these cards are saying that you are to be offered something. You are to be offered something. And this offer will allow you to start a plan. Like it was the last thing you needed. In a sense of that this was the final thing you needed. Not like the last thing, like you don't need it at all. That is like the missing piece of the puzzle. And when it comes about, I just from there on, you know, things are just moving on. Not I don't know how to say it. Yeah, it's I will always say it that way. It's a really helpful offer or a proposition, you know, or a helping hand, which will allow you to set your life in order to a finest detail, and will allow you as well to initiate a plan that you do have for quite a few times, or for quite a while now. Not for quite a few times, but for quite a while now. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm mistaking words. Really exhausted and tired. Right, so let me reshuffle, and then it's Sarah. It's Sarah's turn. Yeah, Karen, I mean, to spiral things forward. Yeah, exactly, to spiral. Or to snowball, I would say, okay? It is to snowball things forward. Sarah, someone new or someone old? Those two. Seven of Wands, the moon. Answer me this, Sarah. Are you seeing an ex right now? I need to know so I can say. What is that you are striving for? No one. So it's I will draw one more. It's either way. It's literally either way. Look, if I have to judge, it's a new one, because what those cards here are pointing to, it is that a significant one, it's nobody around you, okay? It's just nobody that you do have in your mind right now. And literally, you are gonna know immediately when you do kind of like interact with the person. At some point, you will know immediately that that's the guy. So it has to be a new one. But I say that it could be both ways, because what tarot describes is character. Tarot does not describe a specific person. And it could be that a ex of yours completely changed character. It's just they learned their lesson, they grew up, they matured, and now they do have a completely different character. Okay, so yeah, the character that you know is not going to be the one that is going to make you happy. The character that you don't know is going to be. But again, an ex of yours could have changed their character. So Stacy, you have Stacy Vaith. You have made a question or acquisition that boils down to, should I make it or break it? I can't make a choice for you, but let's see what the card says. These cards screams about forgiveness. So I guess make it. Okay? They are just, it's just how they read. They read about forgiveness. So yeah, I do believe that you should give the poor guy one more chance. One last chance. And the final one is Oracle 365. Should I keep the house? We have those two, the Hangman and the Hermits. I need to know more about your situation in order to be able to say for sure, because again, tarot is not designed to make choices for you. But just as how the card stands, you should keep it for now, okay? At the very least, it is because the deal that you do have could be better, at least according to them. What they speak, it is that they literally, the translation of these two cards, Oracle, it is that the direction that makes most sense will become obvious with time, in a sense of that it will reveal itself on its own accord to you. And you will have no doubts at that point, should you get rid of the house or should you not. So for now, as you do question yourself, that means that you should keep it. The moment you have no doubts that you gotta kind of like get rid of it, then that's the moment you put it on sale. Or that's the moment where you do take the deal. So for now, the answer is that you should keep it for now. But at some point you are going to sell it. It is just not now. Oh, well, the drama is going to disappear. So if you do want to get rid of the house because of the drama gradually is going to disintegrate. And you get to keep the house. if that's the case, if that's the situation. Do you want to keep the house or not? If there were no drama, would you keep the house? Yeah, I am. I'm almost done doing the last super chat. Well, then you are going to keep the house. The drama is going to disintegrate on its own accord, and you are going to do a big favor if you just ignore it. Okay, just ignore it. Don't mind what anybody says. Your mother left you the house is yours. No matter what anyone says, nobody can change that. Okay, just leave it alone. Be above it. So yes, you have to keep it then. All right, guys. I think that that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for sticking around for so long. You are amazing. And thank you so much for also all of you who supported me through Super Chat. And it's simply... you're a reason why all of you, not just only the super chat people, but also all of you are the reason why this channel is kicking on. And you're also the reason why I'm happy. Because, yeah, I'm happy because of you, all of you. Genuinely happy. And we're going to see each other next time. That will be in a few days. And until then, bye.